Hi, Wes Lee with your weekly Mesonet Weather Report. Oklahoma's weather patterns this year have seemed a little bit all over the place. Extreme heat, severe weather, a late freeze, and now a record-breaking cold in May. On May 12th, the daily high temperatures failed to get out of the 50s for most areas of the state. In the northwest region, they struggled to reach 50. At Beaver and the May Ranch sites, they maxed out at 47 degrees for the day. The all-time record lowest high temperatures for that day are shown in this map of co-op sites. This week's temperatures recorded by Mesonet were cooler in almost every county, sometimes more than 10 degrees. Looking at the state as a whole is illustrated in this graph. The blue fill line is the Mesonet 15-year average high temperatures for the first 2 weeks in May. The dark line is the actual statewide high temperatures recorded for each day. After a warm start to the month, things changed dramatically. On Tuesday, the state average temperature was 55.1. That is almost 23 degrees below the long-term average. If you're ready for cotton planting weather, things are looking up. Next week, the temperatures are predicted to be much higher than normal, as indicated by reds over Oklahoma in this map. Now here's Gary, focusing on rainfall and the spreading drought.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, it was certainly a cool week across Oklahoma. That probably helped us from getting too much worse in the drought category. Let's take a look at that latest drought monitor map and see exactly what we have. Well, really, it's the same basic pattern we've seen over the last few weeks, but now we have a little bit of a dollop of moderate drought down in the far southwestern parts of the state in Beckham County. So drought is starting to spread up and down the Texas-Oklahoma border. So that's an area we're going to have to watch as we go through the next few weeks if we don't get rainfall. Speaking of rainfall, what have we seen over the last 30 days? Well, if we look down in the southwestern parts of the state, we still have less than an inch in those areas, at least through May 12th, but we do have some areas in western Oklahoma that have had 2 to 3 inches. Those actual deficits for the last 30 days, again looking at the Mesonet departure from normal rainfall map, more than 2.5 inches in parts of southwest Oklahoma, and of course all across that far western tier of counties. The deficits in the eastern parts of the state aren't quite as important because they've had lots of rainfall previous to this 30-day period. So the drought map that we look at really predicated on those deficits that we're seeing out in western Oklahoma. Well, again, the darker reds and oranges are the worst areas, but the same story across much of far western Oklahoma and again the far western panhandle. And we can see the vegetation condition across western Oklahoma scattered about. In some cases it's near normal, but lots of pre-drought stress and also moderate to severe drought colors starting to show up. So the next 30 days are probably the key for getting us out of this drought situation across western Oklahoma. That is the key rainy period in the state, at least for most of the state. Out in the panhandle, it's a little bit more predicated on the summer rainfall, but it is an important time frame. So let's keep an eye on that, and we'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.